Welcome to the Armory on this January 3rd evening. Montana Western will be taking on the Bismarck State Mystics. Montana Western has been basically the epitome of balance this season. They're at a 6-6 record with a 4-4 Frontier Conference record. Meanwhile, the Mystics are struggling at 1-11, but have showed some encouraging signs throughout the year. I'm Isaiah Johnson, joining you, and joined once again by Kyler Olson.
It's good to be back. Happy New Year, everybody. I know I was MIA yesterday. Figured I'd spend my birthday with my 2 kids at home and go to Space Aliens, have the time of our lives, but great to be back in the basketball court. Watched some basketball at home this morning. So, as much as I love college football and watching some college football playoff over break, it's a little different turning the TV on and seeing a lot of college basketball, but that's just working up to the actual greatest time of the year. So good to be back. Again, we got the women facing off against Montana Western. We're picked 11th in the coming in for the conference. And as Isaiah just mentioned, a lot of balance going on. When I look at stats leading into this game, there's a few names that pop out towards the top of a lot of categories, but several just across the board, which again shows you that they like to spread it around. They're 6-5 overall, 4-3 in the conference coming in tonight. So hopefully we got a good basketball game on our hands today.
Absolutely. Coach Ryan Sullivan of the Bulldogs is in his first year coaching, so new frontier for this team as well. And we'll send it over to our PA.
Welcome to the Bismarck State Armory on the beautiful campus of Bismarck State College. Tonight, your Bismarck State Mystics women's basketball team will host the Montana Western Bulldogs. On behalf of the president of Bismarck State College, Dan Lengang, and the rest of the Bismarck State family, we would like to welcome you to tonight's basketball game. Bismarck State College welcomes all student athletes, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA and the Frontier Conference, we are committed to the true spirit of competition and being champions of character, demonstrated through 5 core character values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask everyone in attendance today to abide by these values and create a positive environment in which our student athletes may compete, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. At this time, please remove all headgear and place your right hand over your heart as we honor this great nation and our troops, past and present, with the playing of our national anthem. The officials for today's game are Troy Huber, Caleb Doctor, and Shiloh Shumway. The Mystics would like to thank Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for providing sports medicine coverage for today's match. With us tonight is athletic trainer Andrew Lalom. Thank you, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And now it's time for your starting lineups. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Bulldogs. Starting at a guard, 5'7" junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 2, Tava Phillips. At a forward, 5'9" senior from Missoula, Montana, number 4, Kiki Davis. At a forward, 6'1" junior from Manhattan, Montana, number 10, Ava Belich. At a guard, 5'9" sophomore from Missoula, Montana, number 11, Gio Horner. And at a guard, 5'6" senior from Tumwater, Washington, number 23, Isabella Lund. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Ryan Sullivan, assisted by Wes Knox. All right, now let's make some noise for your Bismarck State College Mystics. At a guard, 5'4" junior from Mandan, North Dakota, number 1, Piper Harris. At a guard, 5'10" sophomore from Bismarck, North Dakota, number 15, Aaliyah McPherson. At a forward, 5'10" freshman from Willow City, North Dakota, number 20, Ashley Martindam. At a guard, 5'7" senior from Mandan, North Dakota, number 23, Kennedy Stormer. And at a forward, 5'10" junior from Spirit Lake, North Dakota, number 25, Anna Lawrence. Bismarck State College head coach is Jason Harris, and he is assisted by Courtney Olson.
Coach Jason Harris of the Mystics was officially named the athletic director of BSC effective in January. So that is big news for this school as he is succeeding Myron Schultz, of course, a legend around these parts as well. And we are ready for tip-off.
As we get started, as Isaiah and I mentioned pregame, very balanced Montana Western team coming in tonight. They actually have 7 girls who shoot 41% or higher. So you can see how well they distribute the ball. You'll hear Isabella Lund's name quite a bit. Kiki Davis's name quite a bit, and Mila Hawk quite a bit. But once again, 7 girls for the Montana Western team tonight, coming in shooting 41% or above. It's pretty impressive.
Right. Isabella Lund does lead the team with a 12.9 average. I mean, Bailey Saylor is right behind her with 11.6, and then everyone after her can really score. They're very competent. They get a few buckets per game. They spread the ball around.
Montana Western comes back. Piper Harris up in her grill from the start. Already seeing some pretty aggressive defense. And the aggressive defense down low picks up a foul, unfortunately. But from the amount of points per game both Mystics teams have been giving up lately, it's good to see some hard-nosed defense coming right out from the get-go.
Absolutely. I mean, BSC only averages 0.9 blocks per game, and Lawrence almost notched that one, but apparently a little bit too physical on that block.
Isabella Lund at the line. Once again, their leading scorer. Hits both. Isabella Lund, a 5'6" senior from Tumwater, Washington. And a steal right off the bat again from Gio Horner. The ball down low. Some nice ball movement. That shot from Horner off the mark, but put right back up for Lund. Once again, a name that you'll probably hear quite often tonight. Lund puts it back up to give her team a 2-point lead here early. And again, you can already see this Montana Western defense not allowing any penetration towards the basket. So right off the bat for both teams, some good defense. Maybe we'll see if that holds up. As Lawrence pulls up from 3, unable to hit, and once again, here come the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Lawrence not afraid to take that shot. She had many step-back opportunities in that game last night against Montana Tech. Didn't have a whole lot of success, but she has some range if she can put it in there.
A lot of ball rotation, not a whole lot going on down low, with some good ball movement here. So they do find a way to get it towards the basket. Very uncomfortable looking shot, unable to finish is Kiki Davis, their leading rebounder. Piper Harris coming back from the Mystics. Martindam got a good look. instead gets to the basket and picks up a foul. Good to see Ashley Martindam being aggressive from the start and finding her way to the free throw line. Hopefully cash in here.
She's really good at that fake and drive to the basket. She does shoot the three pretty well at 320 percentage. So they have to respect that. She gives the fake and is really good at getting downhill. Probably one of their best players at getting to the basket, going off the glass, and that time picking up contact again. So really encouraging for the Mystics, who usually are a smaller team than most teams they face, going right up into the paint. And if they can do that, they can open up the outer wing for that three-point shot that they like so much.
Lund hard to the basket once again, picking up another foul down low. Already noticed, obviously not on that possession, but a lot of good ball rotation. Even though the Mystics have played a few teams with some size this season, this team, we have Belich at 6'1", Hancock at 6'1", so again, not a lot of height on this Montana Western team, so probably a lot of ball movement, some three-point shooting, I'm sure, and once again, as I mentioned previously, a lot of girls shooting the lights out. 7 to be exact, so we'll see if that shooting percentage can keep this team going. Again, a lot of trap defense here to start. Martindam lets one fly, unable to hit, but Aaliyah McPherson with the steal. McPherson from 3. Great to see her unleashing from the three-point line early. Great steal and finish there.
Yeah, it's just excellent situational awareness, just jumping that passing lane, just always playing and being aware of any time you can get a quick 3 points like that. She's very capable from the three-point line.
McPherson, not necessarily a player we've seen like fill up the stat sheet left and right, but she's hit many big threes for this Mystics team so far this season. She's great at what they want her to do in the moment, that is for sure.
We've seen a few traps already attempted on Piper Harris at the top of the key. It looks like they're attacking Kennedy Stormer too, so we might see a lot of full court press from this Montana Western team. And what that can often lead to is those open three looks that Ashley Martindam just had, which could suit BSC's style of play.
Absolutely. Was just going to say, if they're going to trap full court and leave Martindam open, I think the Mystics will take that all night. As we have started this game with an absolute track meet. Stormer finds a basket and finds herself in the points column. Great to see her get one, averaging 21 points a game. Hopefully she can find her buckets tonight.
Checking in for the Bulldogs.
And again, a fast-paced game to start this one.
Yeah, you're just talking about Kennedy Stormer, probably, I mean, hands down the best player on this team. She's the only player on the team to average in double digits, and at that, averaging over 20. Very impressive season from her in her senior year, playing at Minot State beforehand, and she has been life-giving for this offense, also playing very spirited defense.
Hey, if you're going to leave Ashley Martindam open from 3 all night, BSC is going to take full advantage as they once again find her in the corner, in her sweet spot for another three-pointer. A lot of cutting here. Again, some good defense from the Mystics.
Piper Harris just plays with a lot of spunk, and they're just going in, grabbing at the ball, forcing the tie-up.
Lund trying to find something. Nice pass to the back corner. Shot clock winding down. Unable to hit, but the ball rolls off the rim. And a super unfortunate missed rebound there, and the ball will stay with Montana Western. That could have played out very well, so we'll see if the Mystics can finish this possession. They're trying to find something. Not letting Lund have a whole lot of anything at the moment unless she can create something herself, which I'm sure she is fully capable of, as she finds a corner three off the mark from Brooke Diak. And back comes Stormer. And a turnover will send the ball the other direction. Mila Hawk been pretty active in this game thus far, along with Lund. Mila Hawk, another name that pops up in the stat sheet a lot for Montana Western, as Bailey Saylor able to hit the bank shot and get him back on the scoreboard. Aaliyah McPherson unleashes one, bang! Another three-pointer for Aaliyah McPherson, sophomore guard from Legacy High School.
She is 2 for 2, 6 points. Mystics will take it. Piper Harris again gets the tie-up. Wow.
I'm sure she enjoyed that. That looked painful, but I think she enjoyed every bit of that moment.
I would believe it. She just loves to play basketball.
That is a media timeout.
We've got a media timeout on the court. We'll be back after these messages.
Lets one go from 3 and hits. It's kind of her favorite spot at the top of the key, and it's her favorite for a reason. They go in quite a bit as the Mystics grow this lead to 10 early. A kick out to Lund. There's, again, trying to find something. They're not giving them a whole lot of opportunity down low, as Lund is unable to hit from 3. And Stormer with the rebound, and here come the Mystics. Looks like Montana Western has figured out the three-point offense, but I'm sure the Mystics will create something with as much limited space as Lawrence thought about it. But McPherson unloads and hits another. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And we're just getting started.
Remember the Rocky Mountain game? That was, it's BSC's only win on the season, but this is looking a whole lot like that game. Unstoppable from the arc early for the Mystics. They're 5 of 8, and 3 of those from Aaliyah McPherson.
Bailey Saylor hits from 3. 5'11" sophomore from Missoula, Montana, out in Montana Grizz country. Lawrence is gonna find a way and hits.
Wow.
There's no way to describe. You put her in that little 5-foot area right at the top of the key, just a little offset even, and she'll find a way to get the ball in the basket. Hits another.
Amazing.
You could put 4 girls on her and she'd still just find an angle to get that ball in the basket.
Just step back, yeah. Coach Harris thrilled with that foul call as usual.
Falls on the Mystics, number 20, Martin.
I think he has some reasoning for that one. I didn't have the greatest angle, but I feel like we might agree with him there.
Well, as the Mystic commentators, we might be inclined to agree with Jason Harris.
Like I said, there's a reason I don't have the zebra stripes on. There's a reason I sit behind the desk. As Bailey Saylor goes to the line, unable to hit on the first.
Free throws a bit of the weakness of this Montana Western team. They only shoot around 67% from the line.
This Montana Western team again coming in at 6-5, 4-3 overall, but looks like they were 7-21 last year, so looking to improve a lot on those numbers. I believe they also had quite a few returners, but also quite a few new faces join this season. And as we've mentioned several times, a lot of girls on this Montana Western team get involved. There's some teams the Mystics have welcomed into the Armory that 2 try to run the show and everyone else plays basketball alongside, but pretty balanced team coming in tonight.
Kiki Davis finding the basket for the first time. She is the 3rd leading scorer for Montana Western, averaging around 7.8 a game, and also one of their best rebounders with about 6.6 per game.
It's interesting, just kind of from our vantage point, who has some size and height. Kiki Davis, probably more of the size on this team, and she's only 5'9" on the roster. So again, not a ton of size and height on either of these teams, but that shows their shooting presented from left and right, and especially the three-point shooting that the Mystics have obviously already shown off tonight to start. A lot of motion, back cuts, and ball movement here from Montana Western. Oh, Coach Harris, again, not thrilled about that call.
He was trying to make the call himself. Like, it's actually the Mystics' ball.
Looked like the official wasn't really sure what he wanted to call it. It's probably why Harris tried to help him out there.
Just get Harris,
taking the bait.
Get Harris some zebra stripes, and the Mystics will be off to the races.
It's the ball down low again, and he's going to get his travel call that I'm sure he was begging for. As Davis is absolutely surrounded by Mystics down low. It takes a few too many steps, and the ball will go back to BSC. Again, Downhauer in the game for the Mystics, brings the ball up. Aaliyah McPherson does a little too much dribbling in her favorite spots. Turnover. Lund down low, and she's always going to find a way to get to the basket. Another basket for Isabella Lund. Once again, averaging 13 a game. Aaliyah McPherson lets one go just off the mark from the corner. Lund dishes it off. And Bailey Saylor hits from three. I keep cutting you off. I just like to talk, apparently.
I'm just feeling the flow.
Oh, yeah. This game's got plenty of it.
Yeah, lots of scoring.
If you like track meet basketball games, you might want to stick around for the rest of this one. We can watch on the SEC.
Yeah. The Mystics team has a lot of firepower. I mean, basically, you look at everyone on the floor, they will shoot the three. There is no one who will pass up an open three at any time. I mean, they really base their offense around the three. They shoot around, well, they make 10.5 per game. So they throw up a ton of threes. And Montana Western, a little bit more conservative. They like to do their work in the paint if possible.
Kennedy Stormer gets to the basket, tries to finish the basket, unable to find the net, but nonetheless finds her way at the free throw line.
Just working on Gio Horner, the 5'9" sophomore out of Missoula.
Off the front of the rim for first one. And as Isaiah alluded to, a lot of skill, a lot of great shooters on this team, despite the 1-9 overall record. But that three-point shooting, and both Mystics, men and women, just have to work a little more on stopping the points from the opposing side, giving up just around 90 points a game in both teams. So hopefully, and again, as we mentioned to open this game, as we near the end of the first quarter, some pretty solid defense here from BSC, as another kind of ticky-tack foul there that I'm sure Coach Harris is not happy about with 8 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, there was a fair amount of contact on that.
Just a trouble positioning there.
Yeah.
She beat her to a spot, and everything kind of crumbled from there. We'll send Davis back to the line.
I mean, besides her shooting prowess, Isabella Lund is also really strong defensively, 26 steals on the year and 44 assists, which is miles ahead of anyone else on the team. And we can see her facilitating ability there, finding Kiki Davis, and there's a rebound. She's just everywhere right now.
Girl's got a motor on her. She airballs a three. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Mystics with a 28-20 lead after one. Hopefully the ladies can keep up this shooting, keep finding some threes, and keep playing some pretty good defense. A lot of ball movement, ball rotation from this Montana Western team, but they've done a pretty good job of playing some pretty good defense, so hopefully able to grow this lead.
And we will be right back after this commercial break. Mystics maintaining an 8-point advantage in this one. Bailey Saylor with 9, and Aaliyah McPherson with 9 as well on the Mystics side.
Montana Western kind of as much ball rotation and ball movement at the top of the key. It kind of gone to some dribble handoffs here. Maybe create some sneaky backdoor cuts, which have also worked to their advantage early here, getting to the basket, and finding quite a few fouls here early on. So it looks like number 10, Ava Belic, checks into the game.
The Mystics are preferring this zone defense, and what Isabella Lund has been able to do is just penetrate into the paint and find an open outlet.
It's kind of the story of the defensive struggles there. Double team, almost triple team down low, and somehow finds her way to the basket for a pretty easy bucket. So as great as the Mystics defense has been here early tonight, things like that, she almost walked to the basket there. Let's see if BSC's offense can produce something as Aaliyah launches from three, unable to hit there.
It's a great look.
Was Belic on the rebound, and a nice dump off down to Davis for another bucket. There's Isabella Lund just in every area of this basketball court again. She's not scoring, she's part of it somewhere else. This lead has shrunk down to 4 here with 8.5 remaining in the second quarter. Montana Western's kind of figured out the happy zones of this BSC offense. Piper Harris tries to find something. Downhauer unloads one from 3. Unable to hit. Also another favorite spot of hers. Unfortunately not able to connect there. And here once again comes the track meet back the other way. And Belic hits from 3, and Coach Harris has seen enough. Timeout Mystics with 8:05 left here in the first half. This lead has gone down from 10 to 1 fairly quickly.
Yeah, 7-0 run, certainly not what the Mystics were looking for, but Coach Ryan Sullivan is, I'm sure, quite pleased with his girls. He's actually in his first year of coaching this Montana Western squad. He had some experience coaching high school women's basketball in Wyoming. That's where he got his start, and he graduated from Montana Western in 2018, so he is returning to his alma mater to coach. But this team has been kind of an interesting one, as they've been a team of streaks. They start out with 2 straight wins, 2 straight losses, 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 more wins, and then a loss. So they've always had their wins and losses in at least pairs. So with last night's loss against Dickinson State, if the pattern holds, a loss tonight would keep the streak going. So the Mystics hoping to prolong that interesting streak of Montana Western. Of course, Montana Western would like nothing better than to break from that cycle.
So as this lead has shrunk from 10 down to 1, we look at the 3-point percentage. BSC came out firing as per usual, but they're already down to 7 of 14, which 50% from 3 I wouldn't be too disappointed about, but I'm sure that started out a lot hotter than 50%. So we'll see if the Mystics continue to unleash from beyond the arc.
I would not doubt it.
No. I think Piper Harris is wanting to get to the basket, but there's just nothing there. And somehow, Kennedy Stormer always finds a way to find the rim. Gets to the basket, finds the foul, and will go to the free throw line. Such a talented, quick player in Kennedy Stormer. 5'7" senior from Mandan, North Dakota, transfer from Minot State. We'll go to the line for 1.
She shoots the free throw at around 77% and gets to the line more than anyone else on the Mystics.
And I think that possession is a clear depiction of how she does that. She says, "Oh, none of you can get to the basket. Watch this," and she does it in a comfortable manner. It's not like she's going into an unknown zone.
2 for Belic.
As Ava Belic, 6'1" junior from Manhattan, Montana, gets the basket. Where in the world is Manhattan, Montana? I think I know about 6 towns and cities in Montana, and Manhattan is not one of them.
I have no clue, man.
Kennedy Stormer back to the line, unable to connect there. I almost didn't even believe yours. I thought 70% might have been too low, but maybe I mentally jinxed it. Hits 1 of 2 there, but Can't remember too many missed free throws from Kennedy Stormer. She's a pretty darn good shooter from anywhere. Montana Western, a lot of movement. Oh, nice pass down low. They created that very, very well. Davis was looking for space and anywhere she could, and somehow, again, finds the ball and finds the basket.
Montana Western's been a lot more comfortable in the second quarter so far. A lot of out-of-control layups and shots. But I think the presence of Isabella Lund facilitating everybody, playing with a smile on her face, just calming everyone down, that's been big for this team, helping them settle into a rhythm. Their layups have looked much more under control, and now they're starting to, they are the better team statistically, so they're trying to assert that in this game.
Good find down low. Finds Lawrence and finds some contact. Lawrence is probably lost. She's usually about 30 feet further back. She looked at the basket and said, this is way too close.
Yeah, she's playing very physical ball against Davis, who ends up slapping the elbow on the trip up.
Lawrence gets to the line for some free throws here. Able to hit the first one. 5'10" junior from Spirit Lake, North Dakota. Transfer from United Tribes here in town.
She shoots at 71%.
There you go. And as Kiki Davis checks out for a few minutes, if you watch her without the ball, it's very telling of how she finds the basket, because you can never actually, she's never necessarily posting up. She's always moving down there. So the second you think you have her, she's wide open. Number 24, Kyle Pancos, gets the basket. Ashley Marsdam trying to find something. Good kick out. Oh, it was there. The window closed the second she let it go. And back comes Lund.
Harper Harris wanted that ball in the corner, but yeah, that passing lane, as soon as you get into the middle of the court, it gets muddy real quick.
Oh, nice play. Great job keeping that ball alive. And Stormer again, gonna find her at the free throw line. How she got that ball to dribble back to her with contact just shows you how great of a ball handler and how skilled of a player she is. Kennedy Stormer back to the line for some free throws.
She just pulled out all the moves on that play, just ferociously going after the ball. Head fake, pump fake, and draws the foul. That's that skill set that she brings. It's very unique on this squad. After Montana Western drew to within 1 point, it's been pretty back and forth, but the Mystics have done a great job of getting to the line, which is big for them.
And off the mark, Stormer, and back comes Lund and Montana Western. And plenty of ball rotation, nice backdoor cut, but unable to finish at the basket. And Lawrence with the rebound. I'm sure Kennedy Stormer is not looking to slow down as we create a turnover, and Lund comes back. And just some mass chaos for about 10 seconds here. A great find in the corner. And Harper Harris gets back into the action and hits from 3.
Nice find from Kennedy Stormer. Huge assist off the fast break. That's where she is so good, either penetrating to the rim or finding that open shooter in the corner.
Ooh, another touchy foul at the top. I don't have too many arguments against it, but I probably wouldn't have called that. I'll give a shout out to Aaliyah McPherson. She just shut down 2 backdoor cuts there. So defensively, some adjusting there from the Mystics. Good to see. As this Montana Western team has dribble handoff, back cut like crazy already tonight, as we see another one.
Yeah, that's the way to beat the zone, is cut, constantly run the baseline, make them talk on defense, and find that rhythm.
Harper Harris lets another one go off the mark.
And the Mystics are starting to communicate a little better, cutting off those backdoor lanes, and that time being aware of where Lund wanted to go with the ball and forcing the turnover.
And their backdoor cuts are coming from every angle of the court. There've been some on the baseline, some really nice ones on the baseline, but their posts have done a really good job of cutting through the lane. And again, the last two have been very well cut off by the Mystics. And Mystics leading by 3 here with just about 4.5 to go in the first half. Stormer is begging for the ball, but Martindam's trying to find something. As she gets to the basket for a 3-point play.
Wow.
Sailor not happy about that call.
That's a tough drive, getting that shot to fall.
Sailor did everything she possibly could there. And the coach says, we're going through the same thing. Don't say anything. It'll happen again. As Martindam able to finish there for the 3-point play. Lead back up to 6 with just about 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. Sailor lets go from 3, unable to hit, and Stormer with the rebound. Stormer's a great creator, great basketball IQ and eyes. Hopefully she can facilitate a little bit more from this team, but the Mystics get a lot of production from so many girls on this team. Good find. Nice back cut from Aaliyah. Missed the window by a second. 4 on the shot clock. Stormer's got to let one go here. I was going to say, if that one goes in, I might just walk out of the gym.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from our angle the trajectory of that one, but oh, okay, it missed the backboard by quite a bit. The 3-pointers have slowed down a bit for the Mystics. We've seen a lot more penetration into the paint, getting to the free throw line, but they've only made 1 or 2 threes in the second quarter, but that's encouraging as Mystics fans because they're still maintaining that lead.
There's another backdoor cut, but the pass misses there. So again, some defensive adjustments from the Mystics on these backdoors. The Mystics have had several really nice backdoor cuts. Aaliyah McPherson had on the last possession. The window's just not open long enough to hit these, or they've been late by a second or 2 on these backdoors. So hopefully a couple more of those open up. There's another nice kick out, and Martindam gets the basket.
That's some of the best ball movement we've seen from the Mystics all game. Drive, kick it out, drive again, and then you find Martindam in the corner, and she can really get it done at the rim.
Good to see Martindam and Stormer very, very active here. Both great players for this team, but as we said, there's a lot of action from a lot of different players on this BSC team throughout a basketball game. Would be great to see Stormer and Martindam just take over some of these games with the help of their teammates. Stormer was feeling it there, but the basketball had other ideas. As we approach 2.5 here left in the first half. I never know if I should say first half or second quarter with these games.
I'm guessing both work. I have no idea which is the more correct term. I guess they're both right. So.
Yeah. We'll just ask my wife. I'm usually right. It's just which direction I need to go. And a charge called as Sailor, who had some words for the official earlier, is just shaking her head about that one.
Just a nice play by Lawrence, standing her ground, drawing the contact. Huge swing as that shot went in. This game looks a lot different if Montana Western is shooting a free throw down 5.
Fouls on 22, Sailor, per second.
Okay, so a clarification on who the charge was on there. Sailor's taking full responsibility as she's still got a grin on her face. Harper Harris back in to lead the charge here offensively. Stormer back to the key. Again, another small window open down low. Lawrence with a little floater and able to hit again. Good to see her not necessarily launching up threes, but finding the basket in other ways.
Well, that mid-range shot isn't something we see too often. But if you can get that to work, that's big.
Another nice pass. And again, just some more difficulty positioning defensively for the Mystics, and they
Calls on the Mystics, number 23,
find
Stormer,
another
number
foul.
7.
Stormer's kind of shook up about that. She knows
Davis at the line.
she knows exactly how that one played out. They just have so many players in such a small area on some of those that it's like a pinball machine down there and someone's going to pick up a foul.
Davis shooting. She's 60% from the line. One of the most physical players, probably the most physical player on the floor. Really trying to fight for positioning down low. And she's had some success, especially her working in tandem with Lund.
Looks like we have a lane violation. So the basket will not count, and back goes the ball with 1:40 remaining here in the second quarter. Mystics up by 9. If they can find something there as Aaliyah lets one go and hits from about 5 feet behind the three-point line. Nothing new to her, though.
That's been her spot all game, her 4-3, and I believe all of them have been from that spot on the court.
So as we mentioned before, the three-pointers kind of slowed down a little bit as the Mystics look for a little more penetration to the basket. They're still at 50%, but 9 of 18 from 3 to start a game, I'd take that.
Yeah, I just think it's very interesting that Montana Western opted for a press approach out of the gate too, because it worked like once or twice, but it often leads to these open threes, and that's where BSC will beat you. They don't have as much consistency down in the paint, but if you get some of your players going, that can be a nightmare for opposing teams.
Davis is allowing absolutely nothing down low as the shot clock gets to 5 here. Lawrence looking for something and finds enough contact to get back to the line. Again, tough one defensively there as the shot clock at 3. Lawrence capitalizes.
Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 1.
You can just see the urgency. They're playing late in the shot clock, know that you have a good opportunity to either draw a foul or get a shot close to the basket. That's a nice job by BSC, not panicking, but trying to get a good shot.
Lawrence hits the first. I don't remember seeing this many free throws in a basketball game at all this season, let alone in the first half. We're already at, we got 30 free throws already from both teams combined. Well, a lot of that aggressive defense, a lot of ball movement. Both teams like to let it go from 3, so nobody's getting any free passes to the basket.
Mystics are on track for an 100-point game. The most they scored was 93
Nice
against Rocky Mountain.
A nice steal from Aaliyah. But again, Davis finds the ball. Davis and Lund combined. I know basketball players get a lot of steps in the game, but I'd be curious what those two combine in steps per basketball game. Holy smokes. Those two are everywhere. Davis is almost impossible to guard down low.
Checking in for the Mystics, number 14, Harder.
Kennedy Harder entering the game for the first time, the tallest player on the Mystics, standing at 6'1".
A lot of back cuts and movement again. Montana Western as Davis is trying to find something. Lawrence isn't giving her anything. Great play defensively. Coach Harris is fired up about that. 9 on the shot clock here. It was a very well set up play, but it looked like BSC was ready for everything there. It's another nice back cut from Davis. She is interrogated by BSC defenders and a travel called.
This defense has really stepped up. Normally we think that BSC has to outscore a team in order to beat them. I mean, that's what happened in that shootout against Rocky Mountain, but the defense has stepped up. They've made some adjustments, seen how Montana Western is trying to exploit that zone and really done a good job of altering that.
4 seconds here. Trying to find something. Down Howard's let this one fly, and again, probably not the shot you're looking for. I know they like to shoot threes, but probably not one launched into the air from 10 feet behind the line, but nonetheless, we go to halftime. Mystics leading 50-36. Again, a mixture of some 50% from 3, a lot of free throws, 81% from free throws. And again, some great defense. Could adjust several things at halftime with the back cuts and just getting tall, getting big underneath the basket, as Davis has found plenty of success down low. But again, 14-point lead at half. Can't complain about too many things.
No, not at all. It's been very encouraging for the Mystics team. I mean, like you were saying, 50% from 3. That's outstanding for this team while holding Montana Western to 3 of 11. Really encouraging stuff from the defense, not having a ton of turnovers. They're just doing everything they need, and this is the winning formula for this team. So, Mystics looking to preserve their 14-point lead. We will head into halftime and be back with some stats a few minutes before the third quarter. We'll see you then. For now, we will go to a commercial break. BSC leads by 14 going into the third quarter, led by an impressive 3-point shooting barrage at 50%, 9 of 18, and 4 players in double digits.
Yeah, as I alluded to, 4 players for BSC in double figures. We do have 2 players in double figures for Montana Western, but Davis and Lund, of course, do a lot for this team. Kind of 2 stories that lead into how this game has gone. BSC leading the points off turnovers, 14-8. A lot of cutting off passing lanes, a lot of aggressive defense at the top of the key. If you flip the script there, Montana Western leads the points in the paint 18-6. I don't think we're really ever going to see BSC lead points in the paint, because that's definitely not how their offense operates, as they love to shoot the 3-ball and love to find some mid-range shots. But as many free throws as we've seen, 27 free throws combined for both teams, I believe. Nobody is really in foul trouble. A couple girls have 2 fouls, but I don't really consider that foul trouble at halftime. So we'll see how much of the first 2 quarters duplicate here as we start the second half with Mystics in the ball, and already some swarming zone defense as McPherson lets one fly, unable to hit anything. And here comes Lund charging back. Finds a shot in the back corner. And number 11, Gio Horner, hits from 3 to start this second half. Yes. Again, BSC coming in with a 14-point halftime lead. We'll see how they can finish these last 2 quarters of this game, both shooting-wise and defensively.
Gio Horner getting on the board there. She is a key player for them. Had a very quiet first, but she had 12 points in the previous matchup against Dickinson State, and there's 2 more. She can get involved at any time.
They've already come out faster. They're swarming defensively. As you can see, Piper Harris is barely past half court, and they're already up in her face. And Horner's off to a rocket-fast offensive start as Lawrence finds herself alone down the block and able to connect for a basket. It's again been good to see her not just at the 3-point line, but she's found some points all over the court already tonight. Hopefully she can keep that up offensively. You can see him double teaming subtly down low, not giving Davis anything. Davis seemed like she was everywhere along with Lund. Both had 10 points at half, and a nice intercepted pass from Kennedy Stormer back for some fast break points. I think those are our first fast break points of the night.
Yeah, there haven't been many. There's been a lot of regrouping on defense, a lot of fast breaks, but that easy of a basket has not been very plentiful.
Lund lets one go from 3. Here comes Aaliyah McPherson. Probably not really in her comfort range in the middle of the lane. She's used to about 5 feet behind the 3-point line. Unable to finish on that one. Once again, Lund and Davis, major key factors that BSC needs to find a way to not eliminate, but reduce and slow down. As Tava Phillips, Montana Western, coming out guns a-blazing, both offensively and defensively here.
Like we were saying in the pregame, Montana Western has a lot of different girls who can score. They have a very balanced approach. It's been interesting to see BSC's offense really dominated by just a few players. Only 4 players have scored besides Harper Harris with her 3.
Phillips again from 3 with Piper Harris in her face, and Phillips is feeling it. And this lead already disintegrating as Aaliyah wide open on the block, but goodness gracious, Horner's there to say no to that. Some absolute motors on this Montana Western team.
I'm sure Jason Harris is just telling his team, shot fake, shot fake, shot fake. There, that basket's free. You have someone crashing in over the top, shot fake, they fly over your head, you have an easy layup. It's just so hard in the moment. You feel wide open, but oftentimes, more often than not, do a shot fake.
The footwork started off really well. And then Lawrence kind of did a spin and totally took her balance out and is unable to finish on that possession. Ball back to Montana Western. See if Phillips lets another three-pointer go here, or Horner. Both coming out fast. That one a little too fast. The ball will stay with Montana Western. This whole game has been very fast-paced. If you like speed on offense and defense, might want to stick around for the finishing of this one. I told Isaiah I thought I was watching SEC basketball earlier in this one. Not complaining, I like speed. But.
Oh yeah, I mean, even when BSC was getting blown out by Montana Tech yesterday, they still kept up the pace. That's just their identity. They play fast all the time. They've actually been a little bit less fast-paced today than yesterday, so maybe they made a little bit of an adjustment, getting the team back in control of some of those possessions, not forcing up as many wild shots, and that's been working out for them.
Stormer unloads one, unable to hit, and a really nice play from Saylor as the ball finds its way out of bounds, throws it right off McPherson's leg, and the ball back to Montana Western. Again, some swarming defenses from both sides. Has contributed a lot to some foul trouble, but a lot of turnovers as well. As Saylor hits from long range. She's also been kind of all over the place. As Lawrence said, anything you can do, I can do better. Again, kind of in her happy zone at the top of the key, just a little offset, bang.
That looks good the whole way. It's just been a battle. The Rainmakers coming out. I mean, Montana Western showing they can make the three now. And that's impressive stuff from Isabella Lund.
Lund just had 4 girls guard her in one possession to the basket and still found a way to make a layup. And she'll go to the line for a three-point play. I was wondering who was going to stop her, and it turns out nobody was.
Nobody. Nobody's going to stop that girl.
They all just kind of took turns, and nobody could stop her. Unable to complete the three-point play. And this lead already down to 4. But again, Montana Western not messing around at all defensively here as Stormer lets one go and way off the mark. But Dakota there for the rebound and back to the top of the key with 12 here on the shot clock, and they'll reset. McPherson lets one go. Again, kind of her happy place, but off the back of the rim. And here comes Horner. A nice kick out to Saylor. And Saylor way off. Everyone's trying to show off their three-point game, but nobody can even find the rim now. Speaking of the three ball, Downhauer back into the game.
Also, we see Natalie Dakota, who hasn't had that many minutes so far in this one. She did have some kind of injury in the last game down on the floor, but she got up, re-entered the game, seems to be fine, but she's out of the starting lineup for this one.
Shoot, I'd love to see a replay on that. I had a really bad angle on it. It looked like that was tipped, but...
I thought I heard a tip ball, but I guess not.
From my angle here, I can't see exactly where that went, but I don't feel like she wouldn't have thrown it straight out of bounds, but nonetheless, DSC back on defense. And another nice steal from McPherson. I need to look at the stat sheet and see how many she has.
Number 10, Harper Harris checks in for the Mystics.
Doesn't have them. She's got at least 3 or 4. It's kind of just been a matter of finishing the fast break off of some of these turnovers.
The 14-point BSC lead is now 4. We will be right back after these messages. 17 points and leading all players for that matter, followed by Kennedy Stormer, the top 2 scorers on the floor. And it looks like Aliana Lawrence is out, Harper Harris is in, and we'll see what the Mystics can do in the last 5 or so minutes of this third quarter.
And Lawrence, much like a lot of their players, are very comfortable letting the three-pointer go, but Lawrence has been all over the court, mid-range, jumpers at the blocked down low. She is 3 of 5 from three-point land, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, but again, she's found some comfort in the mid-range tonight as well. As Horner gets to the basket but cannot finish the possession. And the Mystics start rotating the ball around, trying to find something. Downhauer lets one go, unable to connect off the side of the rim. And the three-point struggles on both sides. As the Mystics now down to 38% from three. It's been a bit of a struggle here to start the second half. And the other unfortunate part is Montana Western hasn't only been able to find the basket like that, but a lot of their threes have been dropping to start the second half. Which, of course, leads to this lead at halftime disintegrating. As Davis again gets to the basket for another bucket.
That's her third. Martyrdam comes back in for the Mystics.
Stormer nearly committing a turnover there, but a little handsy from Bailey Saylor, who has 12 points now. But she has been a force in this game for Montana Western. Interesting to see if the Mystics could get a little more offense going with her out of the game.
Not a ton of cutting again, more so just ball rotation to the top and just not able to find anything with this zone. There you go.
That's all
Maybe
you
I'll
need.
say it every single possession now.
Just toss it around from
Someone
the
from
outside.
three. Holy smokes.
What a pass.
A beauty throwing dimes out here. I will say, Nikki Davis is 5 of 7 from the field, and the 2 shots I remember her missing were impossible angles that were kind of just, I'm here, I might as well shoot this, as she gets back to the line for some free throws. Kind of a line drive free throw there. Unable to scientifically get it in the basket.
The physics weren't right on that ball.
Not much of a science guy, but I could explain that one to you.
That one was a little nicer, and that one goes in.
A little calmer.
Just floated it in there.
Again, the Mystics spending not much time going down low. You know what they want to do. Stormer lets one go very early in the shot clock. Again, BSC kind of going away from what they were doing well the last 10 minutes of the first half. Belic lets one go, unable to hit. But Stormer, I would say she's going to go straight to the basket. She just sees things and she goes. She has such a high basketball IQ. She reads things so well. I was a big Steve Nash fan growing up, and she kind of reminds me of Steve Nash's basketball vision. The only problem was by the time she got to the basket, there were 4 of the ladies there waiting for her. But she's still capable of making that shot. The Mystics will throw it in here and find a wide open 3 off the front of the rim.
Good hustle.
Harper Harris misses, but they're able to get the rebound, and the three-point struggles continue here for the Mystics. Lead to 4 here with 2.5 left in the third quarter. And unfortunately, the three-pointers for Montana Western continue to fall. As Belic hits again. Again, a lot of success the Mystics were having offensively in the second quarter. They've kind of gone away from here. It's another solid idea offensively, turns into a turnover. And the ball back to the Mystics.
And the problem when you live and die by the 3 is it's very inconsistent. They start out scorching 50%, but now they're down to 34% from 3, which is still fine. It's just that they started out so good, and when you're relying on that for most of your offense, you never really know when it can go cold. And they've just been missing a little short, too. That's been their miss for all their players for whatever reason.
And the unloading of three-pointers has also taken them away from the three-point line. I don't think they've shot a free throw yet in this second half. Where they shot 16 of them in the first half because of a lot of aggression towards the basket that paid off for them.
Montana Western has their first lead now in quite some time, as this lead's been slowly evaporating for the Mystics.
Miley Wilcox, a sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska, gets to the basket there. As Downhauer, great to see Downhauer get back in the three-point column, and maybe that'll spark something here for the Mystics. hopefully. She said, I'm not a basketball coach and I don't know what's, oh, I was to say, she hopped twice there. Pankos takes one too many steps down low on the pass down low, and a travel will give the ball back to BSC. I was going to say, I hope the refs saw that.
I'm not a coach, but I do have a pair of eyes.
Just kind of looked up and went, oh, yeah, I can't do that, can I? Again, BSC just hanging out three-point line. Here comes some back cuts as Downhauer unloads another one. Luckily, Dakota is sitting there waiting for it. And Stormer is going to unhinge one. Bang! Wow. Just some more science lesson for you there. How do those go in?
I have no idea,
Those
man.
never went in for me at the YMCA. Why do they go in for her? Stormer again back in the score column. And we trade a make for a miss. Good to see that in the moment. Stormer is going to hit McPherson, and McPherson. Oh, I got really excited for a miss.
That would have been big.
The three-point shootout continues as Belich unleashes another one, unable to connect.
BSC can slow it down here, take the last shot.
6 on the clock. Stormer's trying to find something, size on size. Oh.
Nice.
Coach Ryan Sullivan, that's a tough one. He just kind of turned and walked back to sit down and calm down for a second. As Aaliyah McPherson finds a foul right at the last second before quarter.
Yeah, she's been pretty quiet so far this quarter. Scored an early 12, and that's her first point in at least 10 minutes or so. She's just been pretty consistent, making some defensive plays for the Mystics, and a huge 2 free throws there. Get the Mystics back to a semi-comfortable lead.
And again, a foul, some contact McPherson was able to find just before the buzzer. Gets 2 more points for the Mystics. A 14-point lead, down to 7 here. When we go to the fourth quarter, BSC leading Montana Western 68-61. We'll see if the Mystics can hold on till the clock in the fourth quarter hits zeros.
As Isabella Lund controls the ball.
Again, some tough defense from BSC to come out here to start the fourth quarter. Good to see, and causes a turnover. Looks like Kennedy Stormer faked like she was going to slow it down, and then finds Aaliyah McPherson. Again, good to see Aaliyah McPherson, the comfortable mid-range shot, get BSC back in the score column. Grows this lead to 9 with 9.5 left. Saylor lets go a wide open 3. Off the mark. And here comes Stormer with 2 girls wide open. Oh, and throws it away into the corner. She had 2 girls about as wide open as a three-pointer can be.
Coach Harris left his feet on that one. That was a big frustration. They had numbers there at 4-on-3. Had a shot to get a really good look for McPherson, who has been lethal from the three-point line in this one. So really tough to just throw that one away.
She could have thrown it between them and just said, whoever catches this, shoot the three-pointer.
Could have worked. We have something on the court on the other end. The ref cleaning up for us. Coach Ryan Sullivan taking the opportunity to tell his girls the game plan for this last fourth quarter.
Again, we have 4 BSC Mystics in double digits. Kennedy Stormer with 21. Kind of the story of how much the ball makes its way around this team, how much involvement from everybody that the Mystics have offensively.
Oh, a double dribble called. Don't see that too often.
Again, BSC kind of gone away from the aggressive to the basket. Only shot 2 free throws in this half after 16 in the first half. We'll see how this game finishes up as Martindam gets to the basket, but unfortunately a charge is called. The defender kind of beat her to a spot. She didn't have a whole lot of option there.
Guess who? Isabella Lund.
who is
Talking about
absolutely everywhere.
high basketball IQ, Lund versus Stormer, that's been such a chess match to see. Those two really are the facilitators of their team, really see the game differently. It's been fun.
You look at stats going into all these games, especially for opposing teams that you don't see any of these names other than when they come to town. And you can really tell watching Isabel Lund for 5 minutes of a basketball game why she fills up every stat sheet there is. Not just a scorer, but facilitator, finds her teammates, sees the court so well. Very, very intelligent basketball player. We'll have Pankos goes to the line for some free throws here. Off the back of the rim. Mystics clinging here to a 9-point lead with just about 8.5 left. And Pankos off on both. Let's see if the Mystics can capitalize here on missed opportunity. Stormer trying to find something. Again, no presence down low. Even Lawrence is at the top of the key, even though she loves the spot she's currently in. She probably really wants to shoot this ball.
I'm sure.
Just no backdoor cutting here. No presence down low. Like I said, Lawrence, probably your best bet to post up. And there's a turnover intercepted by Lund again. She gets to the basket, and Stormer's kind of just trying to stay out of a foul situation there.
Yep. She's
which
got 3.
I don't blame her. I mean, you could tackle Lund, and she'd probably still make the basket.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Nice pass down low. Absorbs the contact, but is unable to hit the basket. Very tough one there for the Mystics. It's a beautiful pass.
Lawrence was in great position, just kind of threw up a wild layup. Could have taken a little bit more time there, but Mystics end up with the possession thanks to Downhauer.
Interesting to see what they'll do here offensively under the basket with, I was going to say, just get it to the top and reset here. As Stormer's looking for something. I think she was a little intimidated by some size coming towards her, throws up a very uncomfortable shot. And here it goes back the other way.
Oh, and that's BSC ball. Oh, okay.
Very nice play for Stormer. The officials are going to talk about this. The ref was standing right there, so you probably had the best vantage point on that one.
Yeah, Stormer made a nice play off the hand of Montana Western player. It certainly appeared. We'll see what the refs decide as they
Again, I'm not sure why I love when officials talk about things, but I feel like he was standing right there. I don't know why 2 others would. I have the bar from the side of the bleacher in front of me, so I don't even know the answer right now.
They do get the correct call. I think the ref on the other side saw the ball tip off of Montana Western, so nice to see them get that call right.
Coach Sullivan not happy about all the conversation, but as a guy who's reffed a couple games in the past, talking with each other, it definitely helps with the outcome. And here we go, Mystics ball, 7.5 left. Again, very little post play down low. Everybody at the top of the key trying to create something. As Stormer lets one go from 3 and hits. Highly contested. She barely got that ball over the defender, and somehow, again, the ball finds the net for 3.
Absolutely huge time shot from Kennedy Stormer. Her 22nd, 3rd, and 4th points. Huge for the Mystics. She's now 50% from 3 for the game.
And they come back and have another nice backdoor pass, but Mystics were just kind of in the way, and that ball finds its way out of bounds, and another turnover. Hopefully the Mystics, with 7 minutes remaining here, can just keep playing basketball. Don't do anything fancy, just do what's been working for you. Shoot the 3-ball well, get some back cuts, but again, they've found ways to defend these back doors and a lot of movement down low. So we will see what the last 7 minutes of this one has in store.
Yeah, as an announcer of yours once said, you play the full game, not just certain parts of it. So we will see the last 7 minutes. BSC in a comfortable spot, but we saw just in the 3rd quarter how quickly certain leads can evaporate. But the Mystics have found their stroke again from the 3-point line just in time, holding that 10-point advantage. This is big. The Mystics need to also prove that they can close. They haven't been in this situation so much with being in leads this late in the game. So it's always, you can get in your head trying to play a little bit too conservative, but I don't think this team is at any risk of doing anything too conservative. They're going to shoot up a three whenever they can. They play with a lot of pace. They just need to close this one out in the last 7 minutes.
I'm not the head coach, and I'm definitely not in their huddle, but what worked for them a lot earlier was the three ball, of course, but getting to the basket and finding the free throw line. They've only shot 2 free throws in the second half, and they're shooting 83% from free throw today. So we'll see if they find some aggressiveness to get to the basket. Kennedy Stormer's kind of found some lanes, but she's kind of avoided contact at the same time in the second half. She's definitely a player who likes to get to the basket and find contact and show off a free throw percentage.
She was called for the foul on that one. Another heads-up play by Isabella Lund, forcing the turnover and the resulting foul. Another discussion on the field. Looks like there's more stuff to wipe up. Following this game at 7 p.m., the men will tip off. The Montana Western men's team, very accomplished this year. I believe they only have 3 losses on the year, taking down Montana Tech actually in overtime earlier in what was a very exciting game at Montana Tech. Montana Tech, of course, beating the Mystic men
Nice
last
play.
night.
Great defense from Aaliyah McPherson to not pick up a foul there. See if they can capitalize. I don't know if this is the time of the game where you want to work some clock. That's usually where you get yourself in trouble in basketball games. But nonetheless, they're going to take their time a little bit, and it pays off for them as Dakota finds a basket. So they were able to work a little bit of clock and put points on the board. Great possession from the Mystics.
That's just her skill set. She's got that footwork and nice kiss off the glass. Her first 2 points of the game come at a great time for the Mystics.
Here we go. And again, a nice find down low, but 3 Mystics sitting there waiting for. And that's unfortunately what Davis has kind of thrived off of tonight, is chaos. Montana Western ball underneath the basket. Kennedy Stormer all up in her face. Oh, another touchy foul. That's a tough one.
They're fighting for positioning.
I don't even. Interesting call. It's kind of like those pass interferences where you want both up in your face, so the ref just lets it go. Horner lets one go from 3, unable to hit. We'll see what BSC's offensive mindset is here as we dip under 6 minutes to go. Looks like they're gonna, again, burn a little bit of clock, find a good shot here. They've had tendencies of dribble around, and shoot a 3-pointer somewhere. As Stormer gets to the basket, great drive to the basket for Kennedy Stormer. Again, able to burn a good 20 seconds-ish off the clock and find the basket. Another great possession for the Mystics.
They're just forcing Montana Western to play hard defense for the full shot clock and making these great opportunities. Like 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Dakota and Stormer back-to-back. Really high percentage shots, smart, waiting for that lane to open up, clearing out the middle for Stormer. That's just really good basketball.
Saylor started off this game really well. She is 3 of 8 from 3 now. She's missed. She has 12 points tonight, but Saylor she's kind of had her moments, but also had her struggles tonight. Another massive 3 from Aaliyah McPherson. I'd say from one of her favorite spots, but I think she has like 9 favorite spots.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's limited from anywhere behind the arc. And BSC has its biggest lead of the night at 17. What a run over the past few minutes for this team. I was just talking about them maybe getting nerves being in the lead. No, this team looked like it was born to have multiple-digit leads. Impressive stuff. So we will be back for the closing 5 minutes. BSC in command, 80-63. We'll be right back. BSC with a 17-point advantage, 4:40 left to go. Saylor will be shooting 2 free throws for Montana Western. BSC led in scoring by Kennedy Stormer with 26. What a day for her, but this is just in the normal. She does average 20.6 points per game.
As I said earlier, it's especially when you get in February and March, the big basketball tournament games. You get a 15, 20-point lead, and nothing is safe. You get these teams that try to burn clock, and then they just kind of shoot up whatever's left over as the shot clock goes off. But the Mystics have done a fantastic job these past 5 minutes, probably just the fourth quarter in general, of burning about 20 to 25 seconds and getting a really good shot at the end, and that's why they're clinging to this 15-point lead with 4.5 to go. I mean, you can't watch an NCAA tournament game and say 15 points with 10 minutes left. This one's over. 15 points with 8 seconds left is nerve-wracking.
Until the buzzer sounds, yeah, your no lead is safe. The Mystics did go on a 12-2 run to start the fourth quarter. Very impressive. They have now outscored Montana Western 12-4 in this quarter with only 4.5 minutes to go.
Both shooting pretty comparable here. Montana Western 40% from the field, BSC 42-ish%. Both teams shooting, again, very comparable from 3-point. And both teams have shot 18 free throws. Only difference is BSC is 4 ahead of them in the free throw department. And I know Isaiah alluded to that in the first half, that Montana Western's strength is definitely not the free throw line.
Sure, yeah.
As Saylor gets a rebound and then throws it away, and the Mystics will burn a little bit more clock here, up 15 with 4 minutes to go. Hopefully, again, get a good shot. Don't have to launch something up here.
I think this is Aaliyah McPherson's best game of the year. She's been launching it from 3 at a high percentage. Also, really making
nice
some key
play.
defensive plays. Oh, Piper Harris. Wow, you got to love that effort. Chalking it over the defender. We get another look at it here. Right to Kennedy Stormer to force that foul. Only the second foul, or I guess the first foul on Montana Western in the fourth quarter. But BSC can burn more clock. Just great rebounding from this team.
Oh, interesting pass. That was, whew. Piper Harris trying to find something, and something going to open up. Again, probably not the shot she wanted. Very uncomfortable position as the help defense came over. And not what you want on the other side, as Isabel Lund makes a shot that very few human beings can probably make on a basketball court. And we'll get back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Harris is saying basically do anything except foul right now. This is not what you need, an easy 3 points if she can put this one in. That's the way that Montana Western can get back in this game.
I'm almost certain that Lund could stand behind our desk and make it there, casually too. Yeah. I mean, I might be able to on like a 9th try, but I'm pretty sure she could probably do it blindfolded.
High praise for Isabel Lund, the star of the Montana Western squad. She's been putting on a show today, but it's been Kennedy Stormer and the Mystics who have the 12-point lead.
Great ball movement as Dakota hits another massive three-pointer to add to this lead with just about 3 minutes to go. Saylor lets one go from 3, but apparently there was a travel snuck in there. And the Mystics will look to burn some more clock here.
Dakota been really clutch in this fourth quarter. Nailing the 3 earlier, or I guess just now, a 2 earlier, but big shots, nice defensive plays. A few of those airballed threes. She's been right there for the rebound, keeping these possessions alive. Just really well-rounded performance from the stars of this Mystics team.
Good positioning by Lawrence. A turnaround jumper hits everything but the net. Dakota there for a rebound, but finds herself out of bounds with 2:42 to go here. 15-point game.
You just
see what the Mystics do defensively here.
Look at how the Mystics are collapsing to the rim, too, on these rebounds, too. And Montana Western certainly could do a better job of boxing out, but we're really seeing a lot of grit, like scrappy play, trying to get those boards. And that's something that could be really encouraging moving forward for this team, is usually they're not the best at rebounding. They're getting some of those offensive boards. And that's an interesting shot choice, as you typically want to bleed clock, but pretty comfortable lead for the Mystics.
Oh my goodness. Isabella Lund at half court looked up and went, oh, 4 green jerseys, nobody. I'll just go to the basket. Oh, my goodness. I can't even describe it anymore. I said, oh, no back doors, no back corners. And she said, oh, there's the basket. I'll go to that. And again, gets to the basket for a 3-point play.
She is single-handedly keeping them in the game right now with these and ones.
In my mind, I went, nobody to pass to. What's she going to do here? Oh, that. Okay.
That. Mystics have to break this press. Nicely done by Piper Harris.
Dip below 2 minutes to go here as McPherson, another 3-pointer way off the mark. But to burn another 10 seconds here as Piper Harris picks up the reach and foul from Saylor.
Calls on the Bulldogs, number 22, Saylor.
That'll put 20 back in the shot clock. Just a very odd time to foul so late in the shot clock. But these Mystics, like I said, they're not afraid to shoot the ball from anywhere at any time in the shot clock. Even if they have a big lead and need a drain clock, they will let it fly. They just want to finish it with these threes, and that's been their identity. It's how they won against Rocky Mountain, and they're on their way to their second win in the Frontier Conference here tonight.
Saylor visibly very frustrated the whole game. She's picked up some fouls, just a few of them she took full responsibility, and a few she definitely did not agree with. And the second she made that foul, she kind of just waved off the crowd and went to the bench. So kind of a frustrating night for Saylor. A great shooter, found herself in the points column. She got 14 points tonight, but I know some of her threes started to struggle a little bit, and I guess sometimes in sports the frustration grows a little bit and increases the struggle. Begin with 1:30 here as I get to touch the basketball.
Pace of play, I appreciate that, partner. Any golfer would be proud.
I should have done it quicker, but such a fast-paced game out here. Well, wanting to slow this thing down.
You should have tried that shot you were talking about, seeing
I
if you could actually make it.
Take off the headset and let her fly.
Maybe by the end of the season, you could have had that ninth attempt that it would finally go in.
You know, I'd take that over this golf thing that they do, because my golf skills are... That golf ball might end up in the locker room if I... Another 3 from Downhauer. And I think this lead may be officially safe as we dip below 1 minute. And the Mystics are going to find themselves in the win column again against a very talented team. Again, we have 4 girls in double digits, along with Kennedy Stormer with 26. Aaliyah McPherson at 19, almost found her way to 20. But again, spreading the love in the score column, especially the 3-point column. Kennedy Stormer, 4 of 9. Aaliyah McPherson, 5 of 12. That will help in the points column. So despite shooting 16 free throws in the first half and only 4 in the second half, the 3-pointers and just obviously adjustments throughout. Defensively especially, we talked earlier in this game about how both men and women have struggled to kind of finish the game, especially this women's team has found themselves in really good situations throughout the season. It's just being consistent for 4 quarters and finishing defensively. Found themselves a lot of fouls late in shot clocks, but they made a lot of adjustments both offensively and defensively. Montana Western came out guns a-blazing offensively and defensively to start the second half. And the Mystics find a way to win this game. Looks like Martyrdom is unable to hit that before the shot clock goes off, but nonetheless.
It's a game-losing mistake.
The Mystics will pick up a big win against Montana Western tonight. Again, behind 4 girls in double figures. Great to see. We'll see if the men's team can piece together a game against a very good Montana Western men's team. So again, your final score, BSC Mystics 87-74 over Montana Western to start our night tonight.
That's such a big win for the women's team, especially with Montana Western coming and even retaking the lead in the third quarter to come back and win by 13. That's just got to be so encouraging for this team moving forward. They've shown that they can go toe-to-toe with some of these top teams. I mean, beating Rocky Mountain earlier, a ranked team. This team has a lot of promise moving forward, and Jason Harris, the new athletic director here, doesn't plan to leave the women's squad. He's happy with coaching these girls, and what a great day for him, notching the second Frontier Conference win. Every win at this point is a milestone, showing just how far this team can go. Really fun game.
Points-wise, again, we talked about these teams giving up just about 90 points a game on both sides. 74, there's your first improvement right there.
Exactly.
Probably like to see a little less than 74 maybe, but it's way better than seeing 90 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the first double-digit win, we'll take it. So as the men get out and practice, we will be back in around 15 minutes for the men's game. They will take on Montana Western, very tough team. See if the Mystics can notch their first Frontier Conference victory when we come back.